What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the MT Cast. I'm Rich Shadare.
And I'm Eugene Adjalo. What's up,
What are we talking about today, my guy?
bro? We're talking about the Three Lions Fallout. The Three Lions Fallout,
Mm.
man. Yeah, it's some real shit, I would say. So let me paint the picture. Wait, do you know what happened on Sunday? That's
Yeah, I
that's my
have
question.
I have an
Yeah.
idea. I don't like to revel in the misfortune.
Yeah. All
Um,
right.
whilst
So
people are in despair, but I have an idea of what happened. I watched
yeah,
the penalties.
yeah. Yo,
I watched the
okay, cool.
penalties. I fuck
Okay.
with penalties.
Yeah. I think to be perfectly honest, I think penalties need to be like kind of sorted out to be there needs to be a better way to decide a game than penalties. All right, in my opinion. All right,
I
but
completely disagree.
you completely disagree.
Completely disagree. It's
Let
the
me throw
one
a
part of the
curve.
game, right?
Uh-huh.
That as someone who doesn't really watch football, right, I don't understand the sweet science of
Yeah,
football.
yeah,
There's mind games, there's skill, there's power. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then it's just a lot of bottle. Do you
Oh,
have the
oh,
bottle?
oh. I look, I let me tell you this right now. The amount of nerves or the amount of like mind of steel that you've got to have to take a penalty is incomparable. I don't really know. It's like fighting a tiger. It's not legit.
Okay.
It's like fighting a tiger. All right. And
Is
like
the
I
tiger the
think
goalie or is the tiger the goal?
the tiger is failure.
Oh shit. The tiger's within you.
Yeah. On
Mazin.
some real shit. On some real shit. The tiger is failure, bro. So like, yeah, so I think obviously aware that unfortunately England bowed to their historic curse of losing at penalties. So it yeah, yo, for real, it's a terrible curse. But then like I think one thing that we also need to add into the mix is that this Italy team was also really strong. They hadn't lost a
Okay.
game in 3 years. All right. So like I'm sorry, the amount of bottle that you have to have as a team to go 3 years or dare I even say or more than 30 games unbeaten shows character, it shows resolve. All right.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean
yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna bend
They
over
want a
easy.
mission.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. But then like unfortunately three kings, our boys Sancho, Rashford, and Starboy, Little Chili himself, Saka, missed the
Hmm.
penalty, right? And off the back of this, it's just like kind of like de-escalated or escalated into just a tirade of like racial abuse. Like, what do you think of that?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I expected it. Right.
Okay.
So when I saw the two first, when I see the two guys step up first, Harry Kane
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what was my man's name? The other guy name,
Oh, Maguire who broke the
Harry
camera.
Maguire or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, obviously these are their vets stepping up.
Yeah. Okay.
They obviously putting in their most kind of guys that have been in this situation or in a
Been there,
situation similar
got
to
the
this. You know what I
t-shirt,
mean? So they
not gonna buckle to pressure.
exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Rashford step up. I thought, okay, this guy's talented. Obviously, he looked cool at the time. A little bit of nerves, you could tell, but it's
Yeah.
the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is a big moment. And the first thing I thought when he pinged it off the side, yeah, was like, first of all, I thought that's a great shot. It just
Mm-hmm.
missed. And maybe just
Yeah.
again, as a
Proper
non-football
pinch. Yeah.
watcher, that was like a trash shot. But to me, that seemed like
Yeah.
a great shot. The keeper went the other way,
Yeah.
just hits off the
Exactly.
side.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, oh, okay, cool. We'll see who steps up next. Then another black brother step up. I
Mm-hmm.
said,
Mm.
I know it's coming. I knew it was
Yeah.
coming. He was obviously there to anchor them,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So that was a strategical play. Again,
Yeah.
from the outside looking in,
Yeah.
he bangs it. They're younger. They have the confidence coming off him. They're banging
Yeah.
two goals. If he makes that first one, they make the next
Yeah.
two.
Calm.
I
Calm.
almost
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're
guarantee
saying.
it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
When he missed, I said, tomorrow is going to be a very racist day.
Yo.
It's gonna be a very, very racist day. So I
For real.
wasn't surprised when I seen it
Yeah.
at all. I wasn't surprised. I was like expected it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think I'd also have to put myself in the same boat. I think. I think initially when it all happened, okay, obviously you then come to terms with it. It's like, oh, England have lost, but then you kind of analyze it, you look at what's actually happened, and then obviously as a black man, you then go, you already knew what was coming. It wasn't like oh, it's like a what's that Aurora Borealis, and it's like the Northern Lights, and it's appearing
Oh
over like
yeah,
your
yeah,
house in like
yeah,
London, and you're like, oh wow,
yeah.
this is new, this is different. Like you knew it was happening, all right. And then my thing is, it's like, um, why does this continue to happen? Is like my second question, like why does this continue to happen?
I think what it is yeah, and obviously we have to remember that a lot of people aren't openly racist about this sort of
Okay.
stuff, right? A lot of people will just be like in their house and these fucking black
Yeah,
bastards and this and these fucking
for real.
pinkies. But a lot of people are just like, good job, England. Like we've done well, like national
Yeah,
pride, all of that stuff. So we have to keep that in mind.
100%. Yeah.
The reason I think it's happening is
Hmm.
because people feel like these guys are just
Yeah.
there for pure entertainment, right? And they should be there to serve
Yeah.
England. And if we don't win, it's kind of like, why have we propped you lot up? Why have we even given you an opportunity on the stage? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like if that
Mhm.
was me, that would never have happened. Or if that was one of my guys, that would never have happened. Do you know what I mean? So it's just backseat driving, bro. Like, and it's the culture. It's their culture. And this is the reason I don't really fuck with football. It's nothing to do with the players, nothing to do
Yeah.
with the flopping. That's in every sport now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, true.
It's the culture of it. Like, how do you get to the highest level,
Hmm.
miss at the quintessential point where you were
Yeah.
this close to winning,
That exactly.
and still people have the nerve to abuse you?
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Call you a monkey, call you
Hmm.
nigger, all this type of shit. And it's like, bro, you've never even been here.
You've
You've
never, you've
never
never,
experienced
you've
this.
never experienced it. Do you know, it's good that you mentioned like obviously the amount of skill and the amount of preparation that goes into it. Because I remember seeing this like this I think it was like a YouTube clip of like this internet troll who commented on like a post saying, "Oh, even my grand could have finished that." All right. So then they brought him in to then obviously attempt or kind of recreate the chance. And he couldn't put in the ball in the back of the net. All right. So now you're thinking it's like all of these kind of like comments are now baseless. All right. Firstly, baseless. All right. Because this is a man who's obviously dedicated a lot of his own time with like, I don't think people really know what goes into being a footballer, which is like obviously age 8, 9, 10.
Mm.
You then start dropping social activities at that age. All right. You tell me at like age 9, Eugene, don't have that extra jammy dodger, I'm gonna start crying. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The amount of
Can't be
like
at your
fortitude it
mates.
takes
Can't be going to
for real.
parties. Yeah, like this is a full-time
Yeah,
thing for
it's a
these men
full
from
time
the
thing.
age of like 13.
And just because somebody goes to goals and can kick a ball and like everyone he scores once in a while, everyone goes, wow, like he's done something actually like amazing. They think they have the nerve to critique somebody. Do you think somebody could walk up to you at your day job and be like, yo, Rich, I don't think you're handling those marketing strategies right. I could do it better than you, mate. Do you know what I mean? Haha, haha.
Like, come on, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like,
Uh, yeah,
these people don't have the confidence in real life.
this is
A
also
lot
it.
of them have never competed at not even Sunday league.
This is
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
This is
Let
it.
alone
Mm-hmm.
international stage. Like, it's disappointing. It's
It's
disappointing more than anything, but not
it's
shocking.
yeah. This
Not
is also
shocking.
it. It's like it's because you knew it was gonna happen. So now like there's like obviously there's two avenues in which the fallout has occurred. There's obviously the online and then the offline. All right. And like obviously through online, you've got people commenting like uh all of these like slurs and abuse and stuff like that.
Hmm.
How do you think we can like tackle this and prevent this from kind of like growing and becoming uncontrollable on the internet, like the social media and stuff like that?
Well, I feel it's a tough one because, like, on my timelines,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the blatant racism.
Okay.
Do you know
Okay.
what I mean? Like I'm not seeing the hatred being spewed.
Hmm.
I'm seeing the reposting of it
Yeah. Okay.
from other places. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they share it in their community and then
Hmm.
it gets caught by us and then we
Yeah.
repost it and then that's
Yeah.
when the shit spreads like wildfire,
Mhm.
gets to the media and stuff like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I honestly, I don't think there is a way to combat it.
Okay.
Like it's
Okay.
just it's half of them are trolls, half are
Yeah.
racist.
Hmm.
Um, and it's just it is part of the internet. But it's kind of one of those things. It's like I think you said it before. Like you say anything about COVID, you say anything
This is it.
that's not you know on the
Hmm.
NHS website, they're slapping that
They're
with a
slapping that.
disclaimer.
Exactly. Exactly.
Instagram are
Agreed.
quick with it,
Agreed.
but not in other matters and certain. Then it's free speech.
Agreed.
So
No, agreed. Agreed 100%. Agree 100%.
for
I
me, it's
think,
just about consistency, just
yeah.
being consistent across the board. Like I don't think there's a way to necessarily combat it. Um,
But
these people are gonna feel how they're gonna feel.
could you not argue that if Instagram can do stuff like, this contains COVID-19, please visit the NHS website
Yeah.
for more info. If they could do that or across across any kind of post, right? Surely they can use that kind of that, dare I say, that algorithm or that data science
Mm.
magic to then kind of work in
Digital
regards to,
clout.
yeah, exactly, into anything that could be portrayed as like racist or
Mm.
something like that. Don't you think? Or is it not in their priorities right now?
I don't even think it's a matter of priority, bro. I think it's just a
Okay.
fine line. First of all, they don't give a shit.
That I agree with.
They don't give a shit. When people are scared of a virus or
Yeah.
pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
their behaviors change, right?
Okay.
They stop spending money, they stop going out. When people, they stop listening to
Mm-hmm.
important figures or what
Yeah.
people that are considered important. When
Important.
people
Yeah.
are racist, it doesn't stop no money,
Doesn't stop money.
and that's the problem. Like because it doesn't stop no money, it doesn't really stop any. It doesn't really change anyone's behavior. You just see some virtual signaling, and then everything just goes back to normal. Because of that,
Mhm.
it's like it doesn't really change anything. So there's no incentive for them. Their bottom line is their bottom line.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's all about their profit.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
until people being racist makes them less money,
Mm-hmm. It's not going to have a big,
no.
yeah. 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 Okay. I think I see that it's how I'll describe it as the painful truth. I think people would have obviously witnessed and seen what happened when it came to, like, you remember the Super League forming, and it was like the
Mm,
biggest clubs in the UK, or England, should I say, were joining off the European
mm,
Super League.
mm,
That was definitely going to hurt people's pockets. All right. And the second of it being announced in 3 days' time, it was kind of like, it was quickly
mm.
abolished as quickly as it came to fruition. So I think what you've said there in regards to hurting people's pockets,
Yeah.
is the only way that shit will come to light.
And
And
just
then, yeah.
unfortunately
Hmm.
abusing young black players,
This is it.
it don't stop no money.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because the same racists
Mhm.
are gonna be back to watch them
This is it.
the next season. So it's like, and
Don't
then
you think?
when they're
Yeah.
scoring, it's gonna be like, we love you, we love
But
black
then, don't you
people,
think that's
Black Lives Matter.
hypocritical? Don't you think that's hypocritical? Like,
It's the, it's the way of it's the culture of those people that do that. Like to them, it's
like,
not even racist. I bet if you asked some of these people, yeah,
yeah.
who are like black bastard this or whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
I saw someone like we would have won it if it wasn't for the blacks. Like what the fuck? That don't even make sense. But anyway, if
Jesus.
you
What's
ask
the
these
whole?
same people,
Yeah.
you think that's racist? They'll be like, nah, it's the heat of the moment. It's just
Heat of the
passion.
moment.
They don't care, bro. They don't. This is not
Heat
something
of
that
the
they sit
moment.
down and think of. Like to them, England lost, and that's all that matters. And whoever can get it can get it.
My lord, to me, like it just doesn't sit right in my head. Like, how can you how can you say, for example, like Raheem Sterling, how can you back him when he's played absolutely well in the tournament, and then he goes and does something like, say, for example, he passes the ball to the wrong player or something like that, and you're quick to jump on his back and
Quick
say,
to jump on
oh,
him.
like fuck him or whatever, blah blah blah. And you just there like, whoa, like, sorry, why did your tune change? Like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I do have a lot of respect for these guys who go out and
Yeah.
compete for England. Because you know the other argument is like, if you don't like it, why not go play for Jamaica or
This is
play
it.
for Nigeria? Or if you're really ignorant,
Yeah.
play for Africa.
Because
Like,
Africa's a country.
so
Jesus. That
there's that
yeah.
other people that
Mhm.
made that argument, but like I have a lot of respect for these guys.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, it'd be hard to do it in a sport like football. It would be really
No,
hard for me.
I agree with that. So one of the questions that I posed to my dad, and he answered it, and I was just like shit. And he was like, I was like, oh, don't you think it'd be cool if there was like like a black players union, and they kind of said, oh, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, like basically band together until like and create some form of solidarity until this is kind of like erased. And then he just said they will still get abused for A, creating the union, and B, for sitting back and waiting until all of this is done, until they can play again in a safer environment. They'll go, oh, we've given you guys so much. And this is how you repay us. You don't even want to put your talents to our team. You don't want to do this. You want to do that. And it's just like, it was like, yeah, like I can actually, and like the thing is, people say, oh no, that won't happen. But if it did happen, that is what would happen.
Of course it will happen. Of course. No, your
Do
dad's
you see what I'm
100%
saying?
right.
And it's just like it sounds like you're trapped. It not sounds like they're trapped, but it sounds like they're not in a good position regardless, because media spotlight, like Raheem Sterling, right? Don't really matter what he does. He can buy his mum a house, and they'll still say troubled teen to millionaire spending money like however he wants to. Like, yo, relax. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not all of
Listen to
that.
that statement.
Mm-hmm.
Spending money however he wants.
He's earned
Why
it.
is that a bad thing?
Yeah, for real, for real, man, for real, for real, for real. It's and like, and I think that's obviously like the Euros fallout online, all right. And now you look at the Euros fallout offline, in which like certain black people are just being punched up in the street. Like a man was pushed onto the train tracks. Some people have been stabbed, and you're just thinking all of this over a football game. Like, how
Yeah.
would it have changed your
So
life? Like,
you
you
got
see
to
what I'm
fill
saying?
me in on this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what actually happened? So people after the game, like on the way home, are being
Like
attacked.
it's yeah. After the game on the way home, like that's kind of like where tension started rising. I think there's like quite a lot of like Instagram videos floating around um of just like dare I say, like obviously England fans just getting into fights with like black people. You could obviously say there was something prior to that that probably we aren't privy to, but like that's kind of like the general consensus.
Yeah.
And then it's like it also says a lot when, so one of my boys was at a pub. Okay, for the record, he was black, and he was also there with some of his black friends, and he was watching the game. And after England lost, he actually just started turning around the room, and he said the mood got a little bit sour. You could taste it
Bro.
going a little bit sour, and he was like, "Kind of need to get out of here, mate."
Yes.
You
Where
see
did
what I'm
you watch the
saying,
game?
bro? I watched the game at home, bro.
Yeah. I literally waited. I was keeping up to date. I saw it was
Yeah,
1-1. I thought, yeah, look, from what I know about England, this is probably gonna go
the penalties.
to penalties. Went to penalties and like yeah, I watched it. I was at home, bro. There was no way
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna be out.
Mm-hmm. This
Like
is it.
no, man.
Never,
No.
never that. But then like I see like you look at all of this like kind of like backwards fallout, and now you see how the world like what was it? some people will say, "Oh yeah, England fans are scummy." I'm like, "Oh, what do you mean England fans are scummy?" I'm just here like, "Yeah, like go on England, yay! All right, oh we score, yay!" But then after this kind of like backlash, you look at the European fans, and they're obviously saying this, and you're like, "Do you know what? You man have got a point."
The thing is, though, let's not
Mm-hmm.
pretend
Yeah.
like it's just England fans,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
bro. These European teams are stacked with black brothers,
Yeah.
and their fans are racist as
There is also that.
fuck.
There's also that. There's yeah. 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 For
It's just
real.
amplified when a team loses, and there's like a, I guess in this case, it was three black men who
Mm-hmm.
were arguably to blame for the loss.
Yeah.
But this isn't new. Like, this isn't just a UK thing or England thing. Like, when you're winning, everyone is love.
Every
That's
slow.
what I find it hard to get involved. I
Yeah.
enjoy the energy. Don't get twisted. World
Yeah.
Cup, I love the energy. Euros, love the energy,
Yeah.
especially when England's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know how fickle it is and how quick the tide can turn.
Yeah. What do you think? Like, what do you think in regards to I don't know how to phrase this. Like, I think the only way I can really like look at it and go is like it's a really scary environment to be in because you don't know whether if people love you because they love you or they love you because of good times are good, if that makes sense.
Mm.
And you can't really trust what people are saying or their actual judgment. All right. Because when the going gets tough, you really get to see who your friends are. So say for example, like let's say for example, I was broke or I needed a job, for example, about yo, Rich, I beg, can you hook me up? Just bust my CV here, even if it's an entry thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just need some money so I can just like do a little bit. And you'd be like, yo, John, I got you, bro. Safe. If it was like someone's like, yo, like shit, you just want an entry job? Wow, man, how the great have fallen. Get out of here,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm.
Then you get to know the people who really like you for you,
Mm-hmm.
and then who actually like really value your time or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I'm saying? And like obviously being in the spotlight in that kind of area, you don't really know if people like you for who you are
Mm.
and like because the times are good, or if people just like you because of oh yes, like everything's like the status is here, it's there, but the second everything goes bad, I'm out. Hold it down. I don't know you. Never knew you, or something
Yeah.
like that. Do you see what I'm saying? Um, but but yeah, I think on a like a loosely related note, there was also a statistic that one of my friends showed me as well, which was when England plays and they win, domestic violence goes up, and they win, sorry, domestic violence goes up by 28%. When they lose, domestic violence goes up by 36%. Is it that deep?
It's the culture, man. It's the culture. And just like quickly on that point, do they love
Yeah.
them for who they are? I
Mm-hmm.
really believe they don't see them as human.
Fuck.
They don't see them as human. And so it's like they're watching raw emotion on screen because they just put football on such a high pedestal. And they put these guys on
Yeah.
such a high pedestal that once they
Mm-hmm.
fall, it's like they really feel like they've lost. Like anything that they had in life is kind of just like not worth it anymore. This is what they were living for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sad, really.
It's
Sad, really.
it genuinely is. It genuinely is such a
The,
it's
the domestic violence issues.
terrible.
Yeah, I have nothing on that. That's
It's
disgusting.
this is it.
There's no
Like
explanation for that. I mean, obviously, other than large amounts of alcohol and
yes, it's
emotion.
but like here's the thing. Like for me, I don't I don't know. Like this is somebody. Or I hope I would like to think this is somebody you love. You decided I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this person, potentially kids and stuff like that. And you've because your team has lost. Like these are people that you don't train with. Like okay, cool. Like you see the culmination of their efforts on the TV, but because they've lost and it's impacted you that greatly, you've now decided to raise your hand to the people you love. Like make it make sense. Like I
Yeah.
don't. It doesn't compute with me. But but yeah, like it's just a little bit, disgust.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting behavior. And I think once you add up all of these variables and all of these like negative stuff that's kind of like happened in regards to all of this, you then start to ask yourself the question: should football ever come home?
it's tough. There's a lot of people out
Mm-hmm.
there who are great fans. Do you know what I mean?
Agreed.
Young
Yeah.
young people of color
Mm-hmm.
who are just like football is their passion. Do you know what I mean? That's why these men are playing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
they deserve to win, but there's no like slap on the wrist, bro. There's
Yeah.
no like, oh, England fans, you're bad. So
Yeah.
now the team can't qualify for the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Mm-hmm.
fans have nothing, they don't realize how insignificant they are in the
This is
grand
it.
scheme of things. Do you know what I mean? So it's whether it should come home or not, I'll be honest with you, I don't care. And the reason I don't care is
Yeah.
because every time you get excited and you want to be a part of it, you're quickly reminded that you want a part of this.
For real. For real.
So for me to even care, no.
Nah, nah,
In another sport, let rugby come home, let basketball
yeah,
come home.
for real. Let those other sports come home. Like for real, like just obviously off on a tangent here. Like rugby is such, dare I even say, like a violent sport because you've got people running into people, people physically
Mm,
hitting people. All right. But it's all handshakes at the end of the game, and rugby fans don't descend into anarchy,
mm.
just like bottling, throwing, punching other people, like just going absolutely mental, like after games and stuff like that. And it's just like how contrasting the two sports are, and it's just it's such a reminder of how negatively viewed football fans are.
And they just do it to themselves, man.
Yeah,
They do it to themselves. They just get so carried away.
it's terrible.
It's
It's
like
terrible.
they're always reliving the heydays, that time in high school where they might have been the man, secondary school, whatever, like college, where like they were the man,
Yeah,
and they just
bro.
they just feel like this is the last part of it to hang on to it, and it's just sad, man. Just sad.
It's sad. It's sad. It genuinely is sad. So I think all we can say in that regard is that we just got to hope that social media, they take a finger out their ass. There is some higher power that kind of gets involved to kind of remove all of this negative stigma that's happening here. And yeah, I just obviously all my prayers and whatever with the guys who've obviously
Yeah,
missed penalties and receiving that abuse, because I don't think anyone should go through that. So that's kind of where we are. So yeah.
fair. And I agree with that, man. I mean, I don't really know how big tech can get involved in stopping this, other than blocking direct racism
Sure.
towards players. But again, that doesn't stop the flow of money. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what that is. Quick positive note though, before we move on or wrap up because we're at 27.
Yeah, yeah.
The keeper, Jordan Pickford, white
Yo,
guy,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
animal.
That mindset. Did you see what you were saying to himself before he saved the penalty? Before he
Says
saved the
easy.
penalty?
He said something like
No problem.
simple, like
No problem. No
no
problem.
problem. That was it.
No
No
problem.
problem.
No problem. No problem.
Reminds me of my pops.
No
Ask
problem.
my dad anything. No problem.
No problem. And he
Yeah,
delivered.
guy was a beast, bro.
That
What a save.
mindset.
What a
That
save.
mindset.
And that's why I love penalties, man. That's why I love
No,
penalties.
I see what you're saying. As obviously supporting a team, I don't think I have the nerves to like physically watch it. It's just infuriating. But I think for keepers to step up in that manner,
Man.
yeah.
It's harder to save a penalty, right?
Yo, bro,
Than it
it
is to
might.
bang one in. Again, I'm not speaking from experience, but That shit
Look,
look hard, boy.
I'm gonna be honest. All right, I think like because like you said, it's the mind games. All right, okay, it's the mind games involved with like saving a penalty, and I think I've seen keepers save three penalties in a row, and I'm just thinking like, sorry, how have you done that? All
Because they're
right,
in the head, bro. They're in their head. My man from Italy was built like Ennis Cantor,
yo,
bruv.
yo,
He was
yo,
built like
that
an
dude
NBA
look like
player.
he looked like he was like 6'9" or some
Wham.
shit. Dude, and
Do you know what
like
I mean?
I
But
think
it's
yeah, and then
mind
when he does
games.
like this, when he does that, and it looks like yo, he's covered up the whole goal.
Yeah, bruv.
You see what I'm saying? It's like Mr.
Yeah, he's a
Elastico.
beast. Yeah, that was
Um,
great. The keepers really showed up. I honestly
yeah.
feel
Hmm.
like it was just a case of the steadier, calmer, more composed team that had the slightly
Yeah.
more gifted
Hmm.
in terms of biology,
Yeah.
gifted goalkeeper won.
Do you know what you
Right?
could like I no I agree. Like I think what's his name, Donnarumma. I think he might be is just going into football chat. He's going to PSG. PSG are like one of the richest teams in the world. Obviously, like that's where the talent goes. Okay,
I know
and
they got
like
the cold jerseys, the cold
Jersey,
Jordan jerseys.
jerseys are cold. Jerseys are cold. Jerseys
Yeah,
are cold.
cold.
And like that's where like obviously he's going to. And yeah, cool. Like fair play to the guy. Absolutely gifted keeper. Another thing that I will add as well is that it's a young England team, all right? And like they're only going to get better. They're only going to get more experienced.
Yeah. The
And like
other thing
of
is
yeah,
when you're young, that mental strength
mental
is
strength.
so important, especially in the
Yeah,
development. So it's like
agreed.
if it gets crushed to the point where they don't feel like they can make mistakes on the big
Mm-hmm.
stage, what do you think is going to happen to their performance whenever they get big? That
Yeah,
England team, who is, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, we don't got the bottle
yo,
to finish penalties. We can't finish when the stakes are high.
this is it.
It,
Yeah,
but
no,
where do you think that comes from?
this is it. Yeah, where do you think that idea comes from? It's like if say for example, if I tell you, yo, Rich, I don't think you can make three threes in a row, all right, and you go one, two, and you miss a third. You go shit. Okay, let me try again. One, two, you miss a third. Okay, one, two, you miss third, and then after that, I'm just in your head. All
That's
right.
mental now.
After your third, after your second, I'm not even gonna bother guarding you, bro.
I'll be like, I'm making 5, 6.
But
That
yeah,
way,
you.
that's not even a block.
That's I
Do you know
think
what I
that's
mean? Like,
yeah.
but
I would always
again,
say
if
like initially when it comes to like training and stuff like that, make your mistakes at training. Okay. 100%. Go however you want to do in training, train to your hardest, make your mistakes there. But also understand that when it comes to game day, that you are doing your best. And your best is what you are there to provide.
Mhm.
Okay. And at any point in time, you delivered your best. So unfortunately, if your best wasn't good enough, then I know
It's
it
just
sounds
what it
bad,
is.
but that's what it is.
That's what it is.
And it's up to you to take like to be accountable for it and go, do you know what? I can improve by doing X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
So like that's what I would say, just to like at least for any like young sports players out there who are thinking like, I don't know. I think I've got some like mental like blockers or anything. I was like, nah, do you know what? Just understand that you're always doing your best. And if you want time to work on it, work on it in training. And that's
Yeah,
it.
100%.
Just don't be worried about making mistakes. Mistakes are natural.
100%. The
Mistakes are
other thing
natural.
I would, the other thing
Mhm.
I would add is, and shout out to Maya Angelou,
Yeah,
is when they're hailing you up, right? When they want to put you on a pedestal,
yeah.
they want to make you God, ignore it. When they're shitting on you, they want to make you feel this small, right? They want to make you feel so small, like you ain't shit, ignore it.
For real.
Because that shit is so fickle
It's
and it just
fickle.
blows.
Agreed. Agreed.
Do you know what I'm
Agreed.
saying? Your main job should be your performance. Do you know what I'm saying? It's cultivating your skill set and improving your teammates. And that's in any realm of competition, whether it's the podcasting thing,
Yeah.
whether it's
For real.
athleticism, whether it's the spelling bee, like
For real, yo. For real. Or even just work.
consistency, bro. block out all the love, block out all the hate.
That's it. Be accountable and watch
Yeah,
and
man.
watch how you work on a day one, day two, day three, and understand your trajectory and your path to success. That's it.
That's it, bro. And I think we're good, bro. Look, before we go,
Yeah.
I just wanted to shout this out. This is our boy Kjo's.
Okay, Joe. Okay,
Um,
Joe.
it's like an ethical streetwear brand, right? You would call it
Yeah, yeah,
IC3 underscore wear on
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Instagram. Go check it out, man. I think it's a really cool cause, and it kind of falls back into this whole situation as
For
well.
real.
Like, so yeah, if you don't know what IC3 is, it's like the identification code that the police use
Yeah,
um for black males or black people in general.
yeah, yeah.
I think
Black
it's like
people. Yeah,
sub-Saharan,
yeah.
African, and Caribbean come under IC3. So just the fact that you are more than this code, but happily wear it on my chest. Do you know what I'm
Happily,
saying?
happily.
So yeah.
Agreed.
You want to
Yeah,
take us out, bro?
guys. I want to say thank you for listening to this, and as always, I'm Eugene Adjalo. Huge underscore huge. Rich, where can I find you, brother?
That's Rich underscore Shadare.
Yeah. Love, love. Everyone, it's been a pleasure. And I want you all to take care. Have a blessed week.
We
Peace.
out.